Hey everybody and welcome back. Today I have Slay in the chair and she is dealing with some hair loss issues. So most recently, she just had this breakage going on. I'm about to show you her breakage and I'm going to tell you a little more about it in a little bit. Well, I'm actually going to tell you a little more about her symptoms in a little bit, but what she has going on is CCCA, and CCCA is short for centrofungal cicatricial alopecia. It's a chronic and progressive type of scarring alopecia. So this condition causes inflammation of the inner root, which is the foundation of the hair follicle, and as a result can end in permanent hair loss. CCCA most commonly starts in the center of the scalp and moves outward and expands over time, causing an area of baldness. It happens almost exclusively in black women aged 30 to 55. So, although this form of alopecia can happen to people of other ages and other races, it's very rare. Right here, I'm just sectioning out the broken pieces. She's showing me what it used to look like. I'm going to give you a close up here. Now, this is how her hair looked in the crown area. You see all of that thinning. She's just showing me pictures of what it was looking like. But symptoms of CCCA may initially show up as thinning or hair breakage. Other symptoms include itching in the crown, pain or tenderness of the scalp, burning sensation, tingling, the feeling of pins and needles, like when your foot goes numb, flaking or redness of the affected area. But it's also good to be aware that sometimes there are no symptoms other than just hair loss. Now, for Slay, she experienced itching, tingling, and burning first. That prompted her to go straight to the dermatologist. They diagnosed her with CCCA and told her that thankfully she came in early because the longer you wait, the harder it is to reverse. If you wait too long, scar tissue will form, your hair follicles will close and seal, and once that happens, the hair will never grow back. So luckily she caught hers in time to receive treatment. She remained under the care of her dermatologist and was prescribed medication. Most people, when they have some type of alopecia or something going on, they get prescribed a corticosteroid. But I'm not sure what exact medication she was prescribed. One, that's between her and her doctor. And two, I'm not big on telling people what medications people have taken, including myself, whenever I've been through something, because everyone's different. So your doctor will prescribe you something different. You go in the office like, I want so and so. And it's like, yeah, no, that's not for you. So, yeah, that's the importance of that. So, I'm just going in and I am trimming Slay's ends. This is more like a cut. I'm taking a few inches off. It's still a little sparse, but I'm just trying to get it to a space where the strands are nice and healthy all the way through. Again, I just want to talk about how amazing it is that she caught it early, because hearing that your hair might not come back all because you waited a little long after the symptoms is not it. So just like with any other issue, like all the way down to something as major as cancer, is like when you feel symptoms, you're supposed to go get it checked out, because the worse it gets, then you know what happens after that. Now, I want to talk about the cause of CCCA. Now, while studies have shown that hair care practices such as chemical relaxers, weaves, braids, locks, and hot combs are prevalent in people with CCCA, it's hard to directly link the two or form a relationship between them. So y'all know I dug a little deeper, simply because although it's a form of scarring alopecia, I couldn't understand why that would only happen exclusively to the crown only. Usually scarring alopecia usually happens to the edges, so unless you're almost always in a ponytail, I couldn't really connect the two. So I ended up finding out that research suggests that it's a complex condition impacted by a variety of potential risk factors, such as genetics, of course, because that's what I was thinking, fungal infections, bacteria infections, autoimmune diseases, type 2 diabetes, thyroid disease, and increased rate of uterine fibroids. Now, if you watch my last video, or was it the video before last? It was the video before last. I told you all about the blood work that you should ask your doctor for. So this just kind of ties all into that. These reasons make way more sense to me, but of course, none of this is proven. So I'm just getting this trim finished up, just making sure everything is good and even. And now that this is done, I'm going to go to this breakage. So as you see, it's literally just the crown, just like I explained. This is where everyone loses it with CCCA, and then it can just spread. She also has another part here. Let me show you this. That's near the left side of her ear. So what I'm about to do is, the point of what I'm doing is basically I am isolating the breakage. Now, a lot of times when people have a section of breakage like this, they just wait for it to just catch up with the rest of the hair. But the truth is, it's not going to work like that. You have to go in and you have to trim that breakage, because just like with pantyhose ends, when you get a hole in your pantyhose, right? It runs, and when you get a split end, it runs up the strand of the hair, and you don't want that to happen, because all it's going to do is get shorter and shorter. So you must go in and trim that hair and make sure that it's strong so it can meet the rest of your hair in the middle. So now that we know what the treatment is internally, which is seeing a dermatologist, prescription medication, and in some cases even injections, but I suggest working on it from the outside simultaneously as well, to get your hair back in the strongest state possible. Although the theory of braids, locks, relaxers, weaves, and hot combs wasn't proven as the culprit here, in any instant, these things should be done in moderation. So in this case, I would definitely hold off on these styles that include tension, chemicals, and concentrated heat. Topically, I would massage the trouble areas with Jamaican black castor oil at least twice a week. It'll get that hair growing, keep it nourished, and reduce the inflammation of your scalp. You should also shampoo and condition your hair with products that have anti-inflammatory properties like Aragon Oil or aloe vera. I will link products below for both. Apple cider vinegar rinses are also good for eliminating and keeping away bacteria and fungus. So with that being said, Slay is leaving just like this. She feels good. She's happy about it. Her hair is coming back and she's grateful. And she's not going to use any heat, any tension, or anything. She's going back home to her natural hair journey.